church right now, my girls are at Awana, so I figured I would take this time to go ahead and film my March recap and my April goals. I mentioned in my last month's video of my recap that I was gonna start trying to do this every month for you guys. I really like watching other people do it, and I thought maybe I should do my own. So this is my second video in that series. And by the way, if you hear background noise, the gym is right there, and they're getting ready to have game time. So if you hear screaming, that's what's going on. But anyway, I wanted to kind of go through what I got accomplished in March, what I didn't, and what I have carried over into April, and then the new April goals that I have made. So if you watched the February recap and the March goals, I talked about how that I had begun already reorganizing and spring cleaning my kitchen. So I did finish that. That was a huge deal, and I hate to say that it took me all month, but it really truly did. I mean, between homeschooling and being busy with that, and then just trying to keep up with daily things of laundry and, you know, cleaning and stuff like that, it did take me a full month to finish completely reorganizing and spring cleaning the kitchen. And there's a little bit of redecorating done as well, not much, just a couple little things that we added and changed. So it took me a long time. There's not one surface in that place that wasn't touched. Everything was cleaned. You know, I repainted one of the walls. It's a huge job. And I was really putting that one off because kitchens are the worst, I think, to spring clean because there's so many moving parts. It involves food, so there's like grease, and it's just gross. So thankfully that is over with. I mentioned in the last video that I wanted to go ahead and start on my laundry room. Other than moving some things out of my laundry room that really should have been in the kitchen, but they weren't because there wasn't room, which now there is. Other than moving those things, the laundry room really hasn't changed. That did make a big difference in the shelving in the laundry room because now the shelves are almost completely empty, whereas before it had like my punch bowl and things that really should have been in the kitchen. So now that there's more room in the laundry room, it's going to be easier to sit there and think when it's time to do the laundry room, what actually should belong in here. So I will probably be redoing the shelving and all that stuff when I get to doing the laundry room. But that was a very long way of saying I finished the kitchen. I did go ahead, like I had planned, and organized, printed, and backed up all of our digital files. So all the videos from our camcorders and our cell phones were put on, I burned them to Blu-ray discs. So I've got 2 Blu-ray copy discs just in case, and then they're also saved up on an external hard drive. That was all done, and then all the pictures from cameras and phones were saved to disk, 2 copies as well, and saved to external hard drive. And then I did go ahead and order them, but they haven't come yet. So that's the only reason why I couldn't finish the filing part of that, because I keep them in photo albums. So once those come from Snapfish, then I'll go ahead and be able to finish that part of it. I also continue working on making notes for my Moms with Mouse Ears collaboration video that I'm doing in May. I mentioned in my last video that I'm going to be working on some educational videos for that channel. So if you're interested in Disney and, are a Disney nut like I am, definitely check out the Moms with Mouse Ears channel. It's a newer channel started by Diana from Being Mommy with Style. She's a Disney freak too. So she actually started the channel, and she welcomes guest collaborators to make videos on different topics. So I'm actually doing 4 videos for that channel that are all of an educational Disney nature. So if you're interested in Disney and, possibly an educational side of Disney, then watch for those. But I am working on those still. It's been kind of a big undertaking. We finished switching over all of our clothes from winter to spring, summer. And kind of along those lines, my mom has kept my oldest daughter's clothes that she's outgrown, but my youngest daughter wasn't ready for. She had been keeping those in their attic. So I went through all those, pulled the things that were going to fit my youngest daughter now, and then just the stuff at home, like switching their closets over and separating the stuff they're not going to be able to wear next year. One thing I didn't get to do was to take the DSLR class that I had signed up for at the library. I forgot what happened. I wasn't able to go. So that'll be on my goals for April, would be to find another class and sign up for that. And then I also continue to work out 5 or 6 days a week. I'd really prefer to only work out 4 days a week and 5 at the max, but I would like to maybe change up what I'm doing so that I don't get burned out, because I feel like right now I'm getting to a point where I feel like I'm plateauing, because I've lost 30 pounds and I'm working a lot more on strength, but I want to make sure that I don't give up too much cardio. So finding that balance is a little bit of a challenge that I'm working on right now. So that was my March recap, kind of a long one. For April, like I said, I do want to try to find and sign up for a DSLR class so I can learn how to use my Canon Rebel appropriately. And then I have to complete the Moms with Mouse Ears videos because she needs them. Diana needs them, I think, by the end of April. And so my videos are not going to go live until May, but I want to make sure I get them to her in enough time in case there is some kind of an issue with like getting the files to her, or if any kind of an issue where she has trouble, you know, on her end. I want to give her at least a week, you know, ahead of time of my deadline to make sure she gets those videos. So I've got to complete those in April. That's like an absolute given. It's also the ending of a homeschool year. April or May usually is like the end, and we need to have our letter of intent that we continue to homeschool next year. That we're planning to continue to homeschool next year for my oldest. My youngest daughter is still young enough where we don't have to report her letter of intent or her hours to the state. But my oldest daughter, we do have to every year send in a letter of intent that we do intend to homeschool her next year. So that really needs to be done probably in April. I just want to work on just freshening my closet. I mean, I did a really big cleaning of it a couple months ago, and I actually have that video. I'll link it down below if I remember. But I want to just freshen it up. You know, I had everything hung by color, and so that's kind of gotten a little mixed up, and then just some other things kind of scattered around that don't belong. So I want to just kind of freshen that up. That's literally like maybe an hour max job to do, but it would be nice to get that kind of freshened up for spring and summer. So since it will be hopefully no longer boot weather, I want to go ahead and kind of clean my Ugg boots and my other knee boots and clean them really well, and then get them, you know, put away so that they're going to stay where they are now, but at least clean them, and that way when I go to use them in the fall, they'll be already cleaned and not have any stains left over from this winter. I want to go ahead and reorganize the living room closet. It's not a huge job. It really shouldn't take more than half a day. It's just one of those things that you put off because you always think, well, it won't take that long, so then you don't do it, but then it never gets done because it's a minor kind of a thing. But a lot of the winter coats are not going to be able to be worn next year by the girls. Some of my coats I need to get rid of because they're too big, or donate them or pack them away, whatever. Figure out a way to like kind of mount our TV trays on the wall, because right now they just kind of we lean them and they just kind of fall over randomly, and there's like an avalanche of tray tables. So need to work on that. It's like I said, it's not a big job. Go ahead and put all the shoes that we wear specifically for winter, like maybe boots or like my husband's boots and things like that. Go ahead and put them up in the closet in the boot boxes, and only leave the shoes there that are like sandals or tennis shoes or things that we wear in the spring and summer. Following along with my 2015 goals, I had mentioned I want to find new exercise videos and new ways of getting more cardio into my daily routine. So I really hope to start jumping rope, which is kind of a random thing, but my girls like to jump rope. It'd be something we could do outside that's fun together, and it is really good cardio. It's really good exercise. So I don't know how long I'll be able to jump rope consistently. Like, I feel like I've got good cardiovascular endurance. You know, I run and things like that. But I'm curious to see how long I can jump rope in a row without like totally dying of not being able to breathe. So I want to do that and start that maybe in April. And then just while, you know, outside again, freshening up the flower beds and possibly getting some patio furniture. My mom had gotten me an umbrella for my backyard last year for my birthday, and I never had a table or chairs out there. So with an umbrella and no table, it was kind of like, you know, I need to be able to sit somewhere. So I want to get a patio table and some chairs out there so that we can actually enjoy the umbrella and the weather outside and stuff like that. Because I remember when I was a kid, my mom, we would eat outside a lot. And I really loved that. Little tiki torches that we used to have, and you know, some of the little umbrella lights you can get now. Maybe, hopefully in April I'll get that. Maybe it'll be May. Maybe I'll ask for a Mother's Day present out of it. I don't know. But those are my April goals, and I think that's pretty much it. I try not to make too many, but I use, I kind of draw ideas from the 2015 master goals list that I make every year, and I did a video about that back in January. I can link that below too. But just kind of a running list of things that I want to get accomplished, and then as the year goes on, as the months go by, there's more and more things that I think of I want to add. And so some of these things go along with those main 2015 goals that I had planned, and some of these things have just kind of popped up and been things I thought I needed to work on. That is my March recap and my April goals. I'll come back at the beginning of May and kind of let you know what I got done, what I didn't get done, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you liked it, thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.